What's going on, guys? I just got back from a 5-day, 4-night trip in Wisconsin. I had a lot of people ask me about how I had my truck set up for camping while I'm shooting, and so I figured I'd make a quick video about going around kind of how I have it laid out, what I have in here, and kind of the system I've accumulated or like nailed after the last like 2 years of doing this, like at least a few times here, at least.
If you switching up, I might have to switch a little face up. Right hand to the gavel, either way I'm getting caked up. Lying in the sand, pretty boy, what you made of.
Alright, first things first. Let's start with the deck system. This is probably my favorite feature out of all of this. Without this, I wouldn't be able to carry half the things that I typically, bring on a trip. I do have some stuff in the truck, like in the cab, but I'm not going to go through that because this is more about how I have this set up, not just shoving things in the back seat, right? So let's start with this one first. This is where I keep all my food, like the dry food, right? Stuff that doesn't need to be in a cooler. It's a little picked over now because obviously I just got back from my trip, but I had some stuff for sandwiches, a bunch of fruit snacks, like snacking food, some fruit and stuff like that, Gatorade, plenty of water, just snacks, all kinds of things. Behind here, like way back in there, because it does keep going back, I have a container full of like tools and such in case I like break down or I need anything on the road. But yeah, that's container number one. Container number two is a little more of the valuables. This is like got my tripods, my sliders, a monopod, extra ball heads in case something happens to mine. But the bulk of this is the charging. I do have an inverter in my truck, so if my truck's running, I can charge batteries. But this is a Goal Zero. This has been a freaking lifesaver. It's a Yeti 200. I have an outlet here. I can charge. I can show you. I can move my speed bags here. I can charge my FS5 battery. I can charge my drone batteries. I have a USB plug in that I can throw into there. I can charge anything from other battery packs to like pretty much anything in my cameras. I can charge my laptop. Anything I need to get charged, boom, it's done right here. And it's super simple. Like it's just plug it in, turn it on. It's got cigarette lighter, a couple USBs, USB-C, and an AC 120 watts. So highly recommend this. It's not big. Very, very nice to have. The reason I put some of my camera gear in here and some in there is one, I like my stuff in my backpack and like which is back there right now, but I don't have like, I'm not gonna take my lenses out and put them in here at night. But to put all the stuff that fits in here, like extra battery stuff that's valuable, once I shut my tailgate and lock the truck, there's no way you can get these open. So these aren't locked, but my tailgate's locked. So they'd have to break through my tailgate just to even get in here. So that's why I keep like my drones, and again, I got my slider in there and that kind of thing. I also want to give a huge shout out to Lit Mobile. Like this thing saved my butt 2 or 3 times this trip. You got 3 or 4 USB adapters up top, but the best part is it's a wireless charger for your phone, and it's an LED light. I can turn it on right there, yeah. And it's a wireless, like a solar charger. So like I can just set this out in my truck, and like I had my phone charge and like this battery, like I'm shooting with the camera now, the entire week just off the solar on this. Now again, it was sunny, so if it was cloudy, maybe not, but I think right now it's probably pretty full. Yeah, it's full battery. I haven't charged this once since I left, so that's pretty cool. I have other battery packs in here too, like just for your phone and stuff, just in case. But that Lit Mobile one's pretty sweet. I think it's 20,000 milliamps. But yeah, that's it. I got my mics and stuff in the speed bags, extra cords. That's always a must. But that's not just this shoot. That's other shoots as well. So okay, let's go right to the mattress. So the mattress is actually an air mattress. And the reason I do an air mattress is because this entire setup I put back in a bag and stuff in the back side of one of these deck systems so that if I ever need it, I'm on the road, like an unexpected trip, I have it. So it's a $7 air mattress from Walmart. I've gone through a couple of them. I've never had anyone break like on me, but I mean, I've gone through, like I just buy them and like lose them or forget them or somewhere or whatever. They're like super nice to have. This is just a cheap comforter, again, from Walmart. Sheets, pillow, nothing too big, but it's a 6.5 foot bed. So I can have my head up there, feet back here, and like not worry about like having to go diagonal. I'm 6 foot, maybe even like 6.5 foot, and even with my toes like extended, I barely touch this thing. So it's a good comfortable sleep. Only takes up about half the room here. So let's go to here. Obviously suitcase has all the clothes in it. I'm gonna go over here to the side door. This will explain this a little bit better. This is the Yeti. I usually have this full of ice, and like obviously with food in there, like I had cold cuts. The guys I was shooting with this week on the turkey hunt and the trout fishing trip, we did like a double whammy. They had most of the food for the week that we made at camp, but I had just like extra stuff here if I want to keep drinks cold. I put ice in this thing, and I want to say it lasted till like day 3 before it got like all solid water, and it was still cold, but it was all solid water. This is actually a big deal. This is an Alps Outdoors Extreme pack. It's just like a dry pack, I guess. I mean, a lot of people make them, but the reason it's a big deal is because I put my hunting clothes in here, so all my camos in here. And I take it on and off every night, and I put it in here every night. And the hopes is that any ticks that I don't get at night, like I don't get myself, I can put in here. I know they're going to at least be in here, not freaking crawling out. And if I just threw my camo out here and there was bugs on it, it'd get all over me while I'm sleeping. So I put them in this bag, and if anything, I could probably put this bag outside, but because it's like waterproof, they're not getting out. So that way at least everything is like contained inside here if I do have any ticks or bugs in it that I don't catch or whatever, right? Turkey chair, little Beats by Dre thing. I was listening to music and such. This is just an Alps Outdoors trail camera bag, but I actually use it as a field bag just because it's a little darker, not as black as my camo one. Extra set of boots, again, my turkey chair. And that's pretty much it, guys. I did some stuff in the back here. Like I had some of my FPV drone stuff in my main camera bag, and my main camera that I didn't like put away like every time. I put that in back, but for the most part, this is it. If you look on the inside here, there's actually rails for clothes and stuff that can dry things up on both sides. And yeah, if I need air to come through or like cool down or whatever, I just open up these side doors. They're super nice. And this is a really cheap, inexpensive topper too, guys. This is not something that like is crazy expensive. It's just aluminum, it's basic, but I'll show you this side. You can see there's plenty of room. You do got to kind of crawl in. I mean, I'm not like a big dude, but I'm not like a small dude either, so, but I have plenty of room. It's a full, like I said, it's a full twin mattress. So I think that's pretty much it. A little beer opener here, the deck system. I've used this thing in and out. I haven't done a ton of videos on it, probably should do more, but like I've hauled, if you guys see my Instagram stories, I've hauled like thousands of pounds of rock and mulch in this thing, and it still is like flawless. Never had water get into it. I debated like dumping ice in one of these and making the whole thing like a cooler, but I figured that wouldn't be a really good way to drain it, so that might not be a good idea, but it's possible. Anyway, that is my camper setup, or topper truck setup. As Chad Smith would say, the Chevy Suites 2.0. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about how I have this rigged out, it was super inexpensive, super reasonable, and really comfortable while I'm on the road. The only thing I don't have is if I was trailing the boat, I'd want a generator to charge the boat batteries. That little Goal Zero probably wouldn't charge my boat batteries the whole way. But I did charge my FS5 battery, the big one I have, 4 times on one charge of that thing. And it's a big battery. And I probably could even done like 5, which means that gives me almost 4 to 5 days of remote location battery power. Like I can be in the middle of nowhere with nothing and still shoot all my cameras full time, like what I would on a typical shoot. So really cool. Again, if you have any questions, comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I need to go mow my yard because it is.
Seen it all, you can't all benefit too.